Hey, what's good guys? Today I'm just wondering if you guys would be interested in learning how to use Vim at all on Windows. Currently I use Vim via CYGWin. I used to use it via MSY2, which is right here, but it has its advantages and disadvantages. It has the most latest version of GCC, but being that it's derived from CYGWin, it's a bit slower, and I actually notice it when I'm using a plugin called Tag Highlighter, which I'll show you what that is. And if you don't know what Vim is, allow me to demonstrate. So I'm just going to go to my programming folder. I'm going to go to this one. This is what Vim is. It's like an IDE, but in the console, but totally customizable. And you don't use the mouse at all. Like right here's the mouse, like use the mouse, this is what it does. This is all in the console. Well, it's actually called a terminal or a shell. It's using mini-TTY. And the reason why I use it is because I'm used to the Linux environments. So for example, if I want to see what's listed in my directory, instead of using dir, I do ls-ap, which shows me what you're seeing right here. In Windows, I don't know, I just don't really like it in Windows. But in Vim, you navigate through the editor totally with the keyboard. So if I want to go to the first buffer, which is right here, you just do B2 because that's the number of the buffer. And this is totally programmable. And what I mean by programmable is, I guess I could have just used the word customizable. There is a very wide variety of plugins that can be used for Vim, and I will show you the plugins that I am currently using. I'm using Bundle as my plugin manager, and these are the plugins that I'm currently using. Bundle is listed here because if I need to update it, or if I perform a command to update it, and there's an update, it will update. The limit, I can't even fucking pronounce that. The limit mate is kind of like an autocomplete, but for stuff like quotes or races and shit like that. Fugitive is this right here. It basically integrates Vim with your GitHub account. So as you can tell, if I were to just like write in like a comment, you'll see that eventually, once the repository is updated, which updates every couple of seconds or when you stop typing just like that, you'll see the tilde key. Now this is not with Vim Fugitive. What this is with is Vim Get Gutter. As you can see down here, there is a line edited. Another plugin that I use is Vim Buffkill, and what this does is, if I were to open up another split screen, and let's just do open up something. If I wanted to close buffer 3, but keeping this window open, the original command would be BW, but that would delete the whole thing, and I don't like that. So what Buffkill does is, if I do BD, it just deletes the file instead of closing the split. Exit will close the split. Vim Airline is this right here. It's very customizable. You can get a whole bunch of shits for it. It has to be one of my favorite plugins. A lot of people frown upon it because it slows down Vim a little bit. I can see why, but it's very useful for me. And you can actually get it to actually have kind of like icons instead of text like this using Powerline. I already explained what Vim Get Gutter was. Now, Tag Highlight, this is my favorite plugin. Actually, didn't I just say Vim Airline? But anyways, Tag Highlight is basically what's doing all this color for almost everything. And by the way, I created this color scheme. It's going to quit and go back into here. So Tag Highlight is what makes all of my functions have color basically. Without it, there would be no color. And the way this achieves this is by scanning through all of the files, creating a tag file and a type file with everything. Now you can imagine that if the file was huge, that it would slow down Vim. And let me tell you what, it can slow the fuck right out of Vim. And you might be thinking, why would you want to use a terminal to code? It's a different learning curve. It's a lot more fun. When you think of it, you think of how limited you are, but you're not really limited. There's even spell check. It comes natively built with Vim. If you really want to learn to program, I would suggest doing it like this, doing it through Vim. And if you're worried about compiling stuff because you're used to Visual Studio doing it for you, it's still very simple to do so. Like for me, I created my own shortcut keys to compile. I use make. I don't believe it will work right now because this is a library. So I'd have to use my command. Warning, I use variable n, termsol c line 46. I don't even know why the fuck that's, okay, no, now I know why it's not. I was testing it out. And then if I wanted to run it, I would use that. And this is basically what it does. Well, for me, I'm making a terminal plugin for a terminal and console so you can use color. And through Linux or through Bash or whatever, it's very different than just doing console.foreground color or whatever like you would in like something like C#. You actually got to use letters and numbers and shit, which I can show you. So these are for the formats, so for bold, dim, underline, blank, reverse, hidden, yada yada yada. But if you guys are interested in learning how to code through Vim, just let me know and I'll gladly teach it because it's really fun. I really don't use Visual Studio at all anymore. Like I very rarely use it. Actually, I can't remember the last time I used it. But anyways, if you guys would like tutorials on how to do this, just put it in the comment section below, give us a like, subscribe, and I'm probably gonna make tutorials anyways because I find it really fun working with Vim and I want to share my experience. Thanks for watching, guys.